All right, sorry for this inconvenience. All right, so now let's continue from where we stopped, right? So I was saying that 2 times 1 is 2, then a times a is what? A squared. Then plus this one, 2 times negative 1 is what? Negative 2, right? Then a times b is what? AB. Then plus minus this, here I get what? Negative 1, right? Then here b times a is what? AB in alphabetical order. Then plus negative 1 times negative 1 is what? Positive 1, right? Then b times b is what? B squared. So you have this. So 2 times a squared is what? 2a squared. Then plus negative 2 times ab, I'll get negative 2ab. Then plus negative 1 times ab, which is supposed to be a negative ab. Then plus 1 times b squared is what? B squared. So this one I can write it as 2a squared, positive then negative. When they meet, we get what? Negative. Because positive times negative is what? Negative. So I can see that. Let me put my bracket here. So that I'll get what? 2ab, then minus ab, then plus my b squared. So we have this, which is option 2. I have 2a squared minus 2ab. Oh, sorry. We have like terms here, right? So now let's see. We have like terms. So 2a squared. AB then AB, they are like terms. AB then AB, they are like terms, right? Because of these guys here. So now, negative 2, negative 1. When we add, we get what? Negative 3ab, then plus what? B squared. Sorry for that. Alright, so now let's see. 2a squared minus 3ab plus b squared. 2a squared minus 3ab plus b squared, which is option C. Option C. So now this one is the approach for you to understand how all these things came about, right? So when you are doing exams, you can skip the steps. There are too many, so you can skip them, right? Okay. All right, so let's see this question. Peter had 200 Ghana cedis and spent 83 Ghana cedis. What percentage of the money is left? What percentage of the money? What percentage of the money? What percentage of the money? Now, the reason why I've circled this is because, now listen, a quantity or a word that comes after what? Of. That quantity or word will be the denominator. A quantity that comes after of, that quantity or word will be what? The denominator. So it means that they said what percentage. Now percentage means you have to multiply it by what? 100. They need the answer in what? Percentage, right? So we have to multiply our answer by what? 100. So now a quantity, this one, the money is coming after of. So this one, money will be the denominator. Then this one, s, after s, we have what? Left, the money left. So I can say that left here, right? Then I multiply that by what? 100. So this is what we are supposed to do here. Don't forget, always when you get a quantity coming after of, then that quantity will be what? The denominator. So now let's see. Peter had 200 Ghana cedis and spent 83 Ghana cedis, right? So that's the total amount Peter would have, right? So now let's see. He has 200 Ghana cedis. So now that's the amount or the total amount. So 200 Ghana cedis. If I want to find for the amount left, then I have to subtract what the amount spent from the amount we had, right? So now, I have the amount spent here, the amount spent, which is, so we have to subtract to get our what amount what left. So our amount left. So I have my 83 Ghana cedis here. So now, how do we get that? So watch carefully. We have to borrow. So now this one reduces to 1, right? Then here to the same thing, we cannot subtract 3 from 0. So we have to borrow. Then here reduces to what? 9. So 3 from 10, we get what? 7. Then 8 from 9, we get what? 1. Then here, 0 from 1 is what? 1. So I have my 117 Ghana cedis. So that's the amount what's left. So we're using the same analogy here, right? Left divided by money times what? 100. So now my left is 117 Ghana cedis. Then I divide it by what? 200 Ghana cedis. Then I multiply that by what? 100. So this two zeros cancels that. Then 1, 1, 1, 1. Right. This zero cancels that. This zero cancels that. Don't cancel these two zeros by that. No, we cannot do that because they are pesos here, right? Pesos. So these two zeros cancels that. So I have what? 170 divided by 2 what? Percent. You have this. Ghana cedis cancel Ghana cedis. Right. So I have 117 divided by 2. So we have to do our long what? Division. So 2 out, 117 in. Right. So 2 goes into 1, it can't. So we add 1 to it, making what? 11. So 2 goes into 11 how many times? 5 times, right? 5 times 2, we get what? 10. We subtract 10 from 11, we get what? 1. Right. Can 2 go into 1? No. So we drop this guy, making what? 17. So 2 goes into 17 how many times? 8 times. 8 times 2, we get what? 16. We subtract. Right. 16 from 17, we get what? 1. Right. Can 2 go into 1? No. So we have exhausted all the numbers there. So we have to drop our 0, then we bring our point. 2 goes into 10 how many times? 5. 5 times 2, we get 10. We subtract, we get 0 as our remainder. Then our quotient is what? 58.5. So now we have 58.5. Don't forget your percent. Right. So now we get option D. Option D. So it can be 58.5. So you can write it as that 58.50. That's option D for dog. Option D for dog. Alright. So now we have a stem and leaf plot. Right. So the stem we have 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 9. Then the leaf for the fourth row, right? We are moving like this. That's the row, 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 row. With this, we are dealing with columns, right? So when you come to this 4, the row we have 0, 5, 7, 9, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 6, 0, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 9, 8, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 9, 4, 5. Right. So now we can see that for the leaf, everything is done for us. When you come to the leaf column, everything is done for us because all the digits are arranged in what? Ascending order. Look at the 4. We have 0. When you move 5, 7, 9, you can see that it's arranged from what? The lowest to what? To the highest. Right. Aha. 5, the same thing. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So now, if you want the actual digits, you can combine with the stem and the leaf together, then you get your actual digits. So this one will be 40, 45, 47, 49, right? 51, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 60, 62, 63. We have 64, 64, 64, 64, 65, 66, 68. So that will be your actual digits, right? Sometimes you can choose not to arrange the leaf in ascending order. Okay, but if they ask you to find for the median, I believe you know the median, you have to find for what? The middle value or the middle what? Number. So the middle value or the middle number or the middle variable, you have to arrange your what? your values in what ascending order, right? Before you can find for what your middle value, right? So this one is very, 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 very important here. So now here they are saying the stem and leaf plot shows what the weight. They are all in what kilograms, right? I believe you know that weight can be in what grams or kilograms. So this time around they are in kilograms, which is very, very heavy. All right. So now of cocoa bags weighed in what in a week, right? Use the information to answer questions 24 to 27, 26, sorry. So we have it as that displayed on the stem and leaf plot, right? So now they are asking in question 24, what is the modal weight of the bags of what? Cocoa. What is the modal weight of the bags of cocoa? They are asking you for the mode. Mode means what? The most occurring value or the most occurring number or the frequently occurring number inside. So what is that? Or the value that appears or occurs what? Most. So now let's see. 40, 45, 47, 49. There is no value occurring most here. When you come to the 50s column, no. 40s, no. 50s, no. But let's look at the 60s column. 60s, we have 64, 64, 64, 64. So it means that 64 occurs what? 4 times. Or this 4, when you come to the leaf, 4 occurs what? 4 times. This time around, I'm combining the stem and leaf together because they are what? They are two numbers. They are two numbers, and it is what? Separated by what? A stem and a what? And a leaf, right? Stem I usually call it what? Tens. Then the leaf I usually call them what? Ones. So tens and ones. So I have 80, or let's say 80. 80, it can be separated by stem and leaf, which means the stem is what? 8, and the leaf is what? 0, right? Aha. If you have 1 as that, 1, single 1, how can you have your stem? 1 is the same thing as 0, 1, right? So our stem will be what? 0, then our leaf will be what? 1. So take note of that. Take note of that. So now, let's see. What is the modal weight of the bags of cocoa? So now we can say that the modal weight of the bags of cocoa, check for the 70s column. There is no value occurring most there. 80s, no. 90s, no. Then we can conclude and say that, don't say that 4 occurs most. No. You have to combine the stem and the leaf together to get the actual digit or the actual value. So we can say that what? 64 is the what? Is the modal weight. So I can say that since what? Since 4 occurs most in the what? In the leaf column, in the leaf column, in the leaf column, then the modal weight, then the modal weight is 64. 64 what? We are dealing with weight, so we have to attach the unit to that. So 64 kilograms. 64 kilograms. So which is what? Option D. Option D. Option D. Alright. So that's that. Alright, so this time around they are asking us, what is the median weight of the bags of what? Cocoa. What is the median weight of the bags of cocoa? Which is question 25. Our last question. Then we move to the next video, which will continue from 26 to that. Right. So, what is the median weight of the bags of cocoa? Now, this time around, he said we should find for the median, which means the middle value. The middle value. So, how best can we find for the middle value here? All right, then you have to count the leaf here. First of all, you have to check whether the leaf is arranged in what's ascending order. Then I know that okay, my first objective is what? Achieved, right? So now I can say that okay, It is arranged in what ascending order. So I'm done with the first objective, right? So now I move to my second objective. I have to count the values here in the leaf column. So now let's see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we are getting what? The total numbers there. The total numbers there is what? 35. The total numbers is 35. You must be very sure of the numbers. You can count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Right? So 35. That's the total numbers or the total values, which is 35. So now we have it as what? 35. Now 35 is our total numbers. And we know that 35 is not an even number, it's rather what? An odd number. It's an odd number. So we can say that it is an odd number. It is an odd number. Why is it an odd number? Because 2 can divide this one. How many times? 2 can divide this 17 times. Remember what? 1. Because 2 going to 35 17 times. 2 times 17 is 34. Remember 1. So 2 cannot divide this 35 exactly. So it divides this one with a remainder of what? 1. So it tends to be what? An odd number. 35 is an odd number, not an even number. So now, our next stage will be what? If it is an odd number, then it means that our middle value, we have only one middle value. But if it is an even number, then our middle values are what? 2. But this time around, it is an odd number. So our middle value is what? Only one middle value. So now, it will be, let's use n to represent that. So it will be half of that, half of what? N, then we add 1 to 8, th. Remember, this time around, the 1 is what? Inside. 1 is what? Inside. So that's that. So we have this. So which is half of 35 plus 1 th. So half of what? 36 th. Half of 36 we get what? 18. Then my th. This th means what? The position. The position. The position. This 18 is not the middle value or the middle number. This 18 is not the middle number, but rather it is telling you, or it is assigning you that here is where you can locate your middle value. So the 18th position is telling you or showing you where you can locate your middle value. Your middle value. Remember, median, mid-mode, they are all what? Measures of central tendency or measures of what? Locations, right? All right. So measures of central tendencies. So now, our 18th position. So now we have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 is that, which is 5, right? So our 18th is on this guy, which is 5. 18th position. That's the 18th position. Remember, this is not the median. The 5 is not the median. I said you have to combine what? The stem and the leaf together to get the actual value, not only the leaf. They work hand in hand. So you have to combine it together to get the actual digits or the actual value. So now I will combine the stem together with the leaf. So I get 65 as my median weight. So now our median weight will be what? 65. Don't forget to add the unit, which is 65 kilograms. 65 kilograms. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. So remember the formula as that half n plus 1 th. The 1 is inside the bracket. then your position. Remember, I said this is not the median, but rather it is showing you what the location or the position where you can identify your median value. And now we had it correct, which is our median value is what? 65. But this time around, they are asking you for the median width. So the median width is 65. Don't forget to add your units. 65 kilograms. All right. Thank you for subscribing to Master Tutorials. Let's meet on our next tutorial video from 26 to that. Thank you very much.